Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for January 28, 2020, Tuesday. Remember that, in this current life that we're inhabiting, existing in, everything is in perfection. There's no accidents, there's no coincidences, nothing is by chance. Everything we experience is a direct manifestation of where we are placing our attention. This is imperative for all of us to know and embrace, because in this the former densities that we were brought up in forever, in many lifetimes, we were taught that there are accidents, coincidences, chance, things are come at you that are, how do you put it, that the little twists and turns that the universe throws at you. There are no accidents or coincidences. There is nothing by chance. Everything that each and every one of us experience is a direct manifestation or creation of where we are placing our attention. This is why, and it's a careful process for us, because we're in an inward journey to basically commune with the God within us, the kingdom of God, and to release our fears, anxieties, worries, stresses, all of it. And where we focus things, sometimes we aren't aware that we're focusing on something, because we have the ego mind thoughts come in, and we're so used to that it's just kind of like regular. It's just part of the fabric. So when we have that and we are aware, we know, do we put attention on things that are not serving the civilization, the higher good, which means not joy, not bliss, not happiness, all of the things that the controllers are, how do you put it? The controllers of this planet, or of this density and frequency, want it to be the opposite of what it's supposed to be. And by drawing our attention or our focus, it creates it. So the big question is, what is it that each of us most want to be focusing on? What is it that makes your heart sing the loudest? And you can take time to look at this. What makes your heart sing? And we know that the true power, the omnipotent power in this life, and in any life, any existence, comes from knowing yourself intimately and being completely at ease with whatever you find. So it's an inner journey. It's always an inner journey. Always an inner journey. And one thing is that many of us are faced with, and this is interesting, because if we don't, the miraculous power that patience affords us, and many of us become impatient, or we deteriorate in our thinking because of the ego mind. And there is a perfect timing Understand this. There's no happenstance. There's no coincidences. Everything is in a perfect timing period. Within every thought, feeling, and action, there is a divine alignment to the cycles of the seasons, planets, stars, galaxies, universes. And you cannot hurry the ripening process of fruit, force a baby to develop faster, or increase the planet's momentum around our sun. You know, the planet's moving through space around the sun at a perfect speed. What is the speed? Roughly about 67,000 miles per hour. We wouldn't want it to move faster or slower since it would throw everything off balance. Now, could we technically cause that through collective consciousness? Yes, we probably could. But we wouldn't because of the fact that the balance is in perfection. So why would we? And, you know, to move faster or slower and throw everything off balance is just not for the greater good. We are part of a vast universe. We are part of vast universes. And this universe is carefully orchestrated with the most divine perfection. So once we're tuned into this perfection, we're already here now. And our lives emulate a divine synchronicity everywhere we are. And one of the biggest things, one of the biggest keys that I don't think many of us practice much, the key to everything is patience. You get the chicken by hatching the egg, not by smashing it. Arnold Glasgow. You get the chicken by hatching the egg, not by smashing it. The tomato falls naturally from the vine when it is ripe. And just like any of us, it naturally knows when to hold on and when to let go. And when you learn to live each moment relaxed in your own body, you will naturally live in a divine harmony with the universe. When you learn to live each moment relaxed in your body, you will naturally live in a divine harmony with this universe. So your entire energy field opens up and you become receptive to whatever the universe brings your way. And through deep relaxation, there is a sense of acceptance and a deep feeling of being in alignment with everything. Relaxation is simply practicing being with what is, whether it's your innermost thoughts about you or your ideas about the outer world. Through relaxing, you naturally become patient and are in tune with the cosmic timing behind everything. And you can truly see the world as perfect just the way it is. And Benjamin Franklin put this quite well. He that can have patience can have what he will. He that can have patience can have what he will. You know, don't you ever understand? I think some people don't understand this, that certain things don't happen the way we want them to or expect them to. And instead, a lot of us will get twisted in our thinking and move into the ego mind, which then fractures our very existence of patience and relaxation. It's again, you can have your hands, both hands clenched like fists, or you can have them relaxedly open to receive. How are you going to receive if both of your fists are clenched tight? You're not. Okay? And what does that breed? Anger, distrust. The ego gets so carried away that you fall into a deep, dark void of goopy, negative, impatient thinking, which is, we all know, we've been there. It isn't something that we really enjoy visiting at all. Now, I've been asked this several times, many times, where does impatience come from? It is an ego-based energy, obviously, that stems from not choosing to be at peace with what is. You see? A lot of us do not choose to be at peace with what is. We fight it. We get angry. Well, I didn't get this when I expected to get it. What's going on? And then the next thing you know, we prefabricated and created a total false narrative for ourselves. And some of us never learn that, ever. So, it's an old habit brought on by not loving ourselves, our body, our friends, our family, and our experience of this world just the way it is. We tend to push or rush through an experience when love is not present. We tend to push or rush through an experience when love is not present. Rushing is truly an act of violence to your soul. Rushing is truly an act of violence to your soul. It's all about the ego trying to make the river flow faster because it thinks once it gets through this experience, then the goodies will arrive and it will finally be happy, rich, fulfilled, and at peace. This is a huge joke, is that the ego never arrives at peace because it's a wanting machine. And you probably have already noticed, your ego wants everything that it wants right now, right now, right now, right now. It is not willing to wait another day, another month. It acts like a spoiled child yelling for mother to fetch its favorite chocolate. It wants exactly what it wants, when it wants it, and not a moment later. It doesn't care whether the season is right. It just needs to be satisfied now or else. And as Ramana Maharishi would say, misery does not exist in reality, but only in mere imagination. Misery does not exist in reality, but only in mere imagination. By rushing to get things done, how many of us have done this? Rushing to get things done. Our body becomes constricted. Our mind narrows. And your being misses this divine moment. With all this constriction, you block the creation, the manifestation, vibration, flow, causing massive manifesting delay and perhaps never coming to fruition. Isn't it funny how many of us think we got it? How many of us, through age and experience in this life, we think we've got it? See? The ego is so impatient simply because it feels separate from this divine ocean of existence. And this is a suffering, and it is caused by years of believing in the great illusion that you are not connected to the infinite source of love, intelligence, and power. The ego is obsessed with its own private agenda. It has its own separate desires, time schedule, and has completely forgotten about merging with God and experiencing bliss. So whenever your ego is in charge, you will rush through each life experience and actually miss the greater mission of your life, which is to celebrate your life and ridiculously enjoy this amazing divine existence. Patience is the companion of wisdom. St. Augustine. Patience is the companion of wisdom. If you see somebody helter-skelter running around with their head chopped, cut off, they're just like a chicken with its head cut, running here, running there, better get this, why isn't this working the way it's supposed to be? And why isn't this happening? And why isn't this working for me? You see, this is the ego in full spread. Now, by practicing, relaxing into each experience of your life, you will magically increase your manifesting, creating vibration, and always bring your desires more effortlessly to you. Patience is a major aspect in the process of consciously bringing things into reality or manifesting what you desire. With infinite patience, you can send any request into the universe, and it will easily be created or manifested. It is important for us to let go of attachment to our future outcome and patiently allow the universe to answer our request. And the most divine timing is waiting for each and every one of us. The question is, can you relax enough to wait for it? Or are we in a hurry up and wait? One of the best ways for us to master patience is learning how to live in society in a relaxed, open, and receptive body. And this means living in the world, yet not of the world. All right? This means living in the world, yet not of the world. Being connected to the big rat race, yet not rushing to get ahead of the other rats. And whenever you are late for an event, instead of rushing and freaking out about what might happen, enjoy the excitement of the journey there. Know that the more you rush, the more impatient energy you are creating. Whenever you have to wait for someone or something, instead of being impatient, choose to see that you get to wait. This is your opportunity, each and every one of us, of the day to practice relaxing into our magical manifesting vehicle. What if every time you had to wait, it was actually the universe offering you this amazing gift to take a mini vacation and enjoy yourself deeply? And waiting allows us to deeply sink into a vast spaciousness where we can taste the beauty of our infinite soul, our God. Waiting is really just a form of meditation. Doing nothing means your mind and your heart are completely in the now and not focused on the past or the future, and receiving the divine blessings of existence. Be patient on all the goodies you desire will spring forth into existence. Patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties appear and obstacles vanish. John Quincy Adams. This is so important because we all are victim to it. The power of patience, of relaxation. Relaxation, patience. You cannot relax if you are impatient. There's no way. You cannot. It is not even available to us. Rushing, forcing things the things we want to go make. God, it's not going our way. It's not going my way. You know, the ego, insatiable, never satisfied, front and center. And what happens? We spiral out of control. We start prefabricating and creating in our mind's mind of the ego that negativities and murkiness and deception and manipulation and all kinds of things begin to overtake us. You could be 300 years old and still have this effect happen to you, with you, within you, around you. It is wisdom that affords us the understanding. There is no rush. There is no forcing. There is no hurry. There's no rushing, getting, going, doing. It is patience. It is relaxation. But as you well know, we've all experienced this one way, shape, form, or another in this life. Why isn't this happening? Why isn't this taking place? What's going on? Why don't I have this? Why is this happening? Something's wrong. Something's bad. See, this is the actual epitome of an ego-controlled being. Always in a hurry, always expecting things to happen the way you want them to. Instead of just relaxing into yourself and the God you are, and being patient, and taking the time to literally be in relaxation, in meditation. You take the time, meditate. You meditate. You can, like I said, you can meditate broad daylight, walking around. There's so many different avenues of meditation. Relaxation and patience. Relaxation and patience. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. And that's another thing. Most of us do not relax our bodies because most of us are experiencing ego-mandated impatience, hurry, now, want it now, frustration, stress. All of it comes with it. Anxiety, fear, worry. So we relax the body. How do we relax the body? Fall into, relax within yourself, intimately understanding that you are a God. You are the God. You are part of source creation. You are pure, unmitigated love. You are pure, deep, eternal love. You are, should you decide to choose, patience, relaxation. Should you decide not to choose it, there's no way you're ever going to be relaxed. You can take all the pills and all the artificial anti-stimulants and everything, and you're not going to be relaxed. So you relax into yourself, into the God that you are, and you just let go of everything. You surrender, and you are just patient. You see what happens when we're not patient? The ego mind goes to work overtime, and it literally fabricates all kinds of negativities and little questions and insecurities and stress, fear, anxiety, like you're a victim and you've been done wrong. You see how this works? And it's literally, it does doesn't do us any goodness whatsoever. Now, why wouldn't we choose to relax the body? So as the body relaxes and de-stresses, we want to move into the now. And the now is the past, the present, the future. All happening, all going on right now. In this very moment, all of us are in. And as we consciously are aware of that, we don't go back into the past. We don't drag the past into the future to create our future. The past is what we've all experienced, each of us, different experiences. We put them in the baggage room, our subconscious, right? We don't go in there and open everything and relive everything. We've already done it. So we move forward. We embrace the future by being in the now, because in the now we're creating our future. Not based on our past experiences, based on the now. And we aren't really concerned about going into the future or what the future holds, because we're creating it in the very moment, right in the now. So we know. That's part of the confidence without ego. It's not like I'm going to guess at this or I'm just going to wish at this. I'm enacting this. I have sent this out to the universe. This is how I'm designing my future. And then I relax into myself. I am patient. So as we've relaxed the body and we are in the now, we want to breathe. We want to breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. We take a nice inhale, breath in through the nose, and we hold it for about 3 seconds. And the 3 seconds is I am love, I am light, I am. I am love, I am light, I am. I am love, I am light, I am. And we want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. So as we breath in, we hold it, and then 3 seconds later, we easily breath out through the mouth. And breathing is so important for our bodies. Breathing relaxes us. Breathing eases us. Breathing gives us patience. It affords us patience. Focusing on our breath. You will see more and more technologies coming out that will direct you to focus on your breathing. Ease yourself, to lower hypertension, to balance you. And most of us shallow breathe. Most of the inhabitants of this planet shallow breathe. Which is not good, because it doesn't give us enough oxygen. So, we focus on the breath, and the breath focuses us on the now, because when we focus on the breath, we know the breath is in the now. It can't be in the past or the future. It's always in the now. And so we know that when we're breathing, that we are in the now, and we focus on our breathing. We know that it literally pulls us into the now. We're off the now, and we've wandered off into the future, which is easy to do, or we've wandered off in the past, which is easy to do. And the funny thing is that we ignore the now. Nobody wants to be in the now. They want to be in the past or the future. Isn't that a riot? When the only thing we do have is the now. So as we breath in divine positive energy. And the divine positive energy, where does this come from? It comes from the collective consciousness of this planet Earth, Gaia. And it comes from the collective consciousness of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Because guess what? We're all connected. No matter how many universes, no matter how many galaxies away from here, we are all connected. We are all from source creation. Everywhere. This is a knowing and a consciousness for all of us to embrace. If we choose to embrace it, then we will stop being lost. And if we don't choose to embrace it, then we will continue to be lost. positive energy comes in through the God, into the heart mind. That doesn't come in through the ego mind. It comes in through the heart mind. It's a feeling. It's a frequency feeling. It's a vibration. And as it comes in, it communicates always to us, communicates on this day and this now. Relaxation, relax, patience, ease, no hurry, no stress, no fear, no anxiety. Because once we are in an impatience, and the ego has really clung to us, we're in a downward spiral. Say, we're in a lower frequency. And what does that do? Just like a magnet, it attracts more of it. So it festers within us, and it causes more disruption, more things that surface with us. It feeds off of this, and it continues to expand for us. We are stressful. We are in worry. We feel victim. We feel all of these things because we are creating them. You ever been in a situation where you keep saying to yourself when you're gripped by the ego, and you say, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I know it's not. I know it's not. It's not going to happen. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen. Okay? Isn't that funny? The very thing that you wish to occur doesn't because you decide it's not going to. Isn't that ironic? We do that, all of us. It's like when that's not going to happen. Well, the longer it takes, the less chances are of it happening. We do all of this to ourselves. The very thing that we desire never comes because we have deemed it not possible, and it won't. And we interject all these things, all these thoughts that the ego mind just lambasts us with, instead of being relaxed, at peace, in patience. So being in patience, not impatient. So when we breath out, we're breathing out, of course. We know that the ego mind, the ego, which really feeds the mind, is never, ever, ever going to be satisfied. Ever. And each time it thinks it will, as soon as these things occur, it wants more. And more. Guess why? Because we fall victim to impatience, to distress, not at ease and relaxation and patience. And so we literally manifest, we create, we bring into reality all of the things that we really don't desire to be connected to. You ever been in a situation, go, oh, that's not going to happen. Oh, that won't happen. And it doesn't. And then when the rare occasion, as hard as you work as it not happening, the rare occasion that it happens, you go, well, you're speechless. So, we are in the heart mind. We are with the heart mind. We are with the kingdom of God. We're all together. And we have so many others with us. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels. It's a different civilization on a higher frequency. Is it better than us? No. Where did it come from? Source creation. Now, since they vibrate at a different vibrational frequency, we're vibrating at a different vibrational frequency, so we're coming up out of the basement. Okay? We're into 5D. right? And it doesn't mean your body's going to fall apart, you're going to melt away one night, you're going to wake up in a different body. That's not 5D, all right? So, as we continually become more enlightened with ourselves and with the God we are, we begin to more and more elevate our vibrational frequency, which lifts us higher and higher and higher. It is a collective consciousness. It is the consciousness of you, all of us. It is how we feel. It is how we view ourselves. So, all of the different frequencies and energies, we can pick and choose if we're conscious enough of it. So the archangels, the angels have been around a long time, since the beginning. We see them in humanoid form sometimes. We interact with them. Other times we feel them, we sense them. But they're here right now, trillions of them. Thousands surrounding each and every one of us. The Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Hell, Thought, and many, many, many more. What's the difference here, really? All right? These are gods who have ascended out of body and they maintain their God form, which is the light of creation, which is source. What are we? We are ascended masters who have ascended in physical form to experience and perfect. What do you think they do? They do the same thing. And all of us are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest gratitudes. To have a high frequency, you must be conscious of this. So, all of us, arm in arm, hand in hand, we form a circle of light, a halo, that embraces the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia. Who is resting? And the light within these bodies is source creation, energy. We were created out of deep, eternal love. And by the way, that is the highest frequency, and that is really all that there is. So our light is so brilliant, so bright, that it literally grays out the sacredness of the darkness of space. You can't view it. You are it. So we begin to gravitate and elevate ourselves above the planet. And as we do that, we encase the planet in ourselves, because we're at such a love light frequency. We are reminded of what the parts of us that we carry. The emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael reminds us that we have the power of healing. The violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. The white fire reminds us of our high frequency of deep eternal love, which is our armor, which is pure source creation light. The purple transmuting flame which reminds us that we have the power to transmute any substance into neutral light substance, any low frequency, any goopiness. And we are reminded of the violet ray, which can clean and purify the very area that we just transmuted into neutral light substance and sent back to the great central sun for repurposing. In other words, it goes back into source creation. And the golden white pink light of source creation, of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That which created Prime Source Creator God. That's what created Mother, Father God, all of us. Now, the only way is for us to choose to lower our frequency and open the doors and invite all low frequencies in. So we are, based upon our own decisions, perfectly protected. Now, we decide to step out the body as we continue to levitate ourselves above the planet. So as we step out the body, we float above the head. And that's where source energy is constantly flowing. And we immediately call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who vibrate at the highest of a highest love frequency can join us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness and kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the Gugaplexes. They come in the thousands and billions of Gugaplexes. They fill billions of universes. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the inhabitants of Agartha, Hollow Earth, Inner Earth, Beneath Earth, all of these civilizations, there are many, and only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest gratitudes can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. They come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one, and we are all love, and our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the galactics, off-worlders, all of these civilizations, and there are many. Just to name a few, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, and the Pleiadians, and many, many, many more. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation, and this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, peace, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence. And come. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they are with us. This now, in this circle of light, in this meditation, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, of the highest and deepest gratitudes can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, peace, joy, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are all one. And we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, peace, bliss, joy, benevolent, tranquil. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, colors, sizes, configurations, forms of which we have never seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest love. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Lifting the very fabric of source creation, of pure, deep, eternal love, spreading all in all directions, in all that there is, ever was, ever will be, forever, beyond, and forever. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It's that center circle. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. It is continually flooding the sacredness of space. In all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It floods us, saturates us constantly, nonstop, eternally, with the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal love and the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. It flows through us, around us, above us, below us, through our bodies, through our physical bodies, through our God. And this is why we fade into relaxation, that we have unlimited patience. And during the time when we aren't receiving, we are in meditative form, meditative state, which is bliss, which is peace, which is joy, which is tranquility, which is non-ego, which is non-negativity, which is stillness of mind, which is gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, which is benevolent and tranquil. This flows through us and around us, and this is what we are of. We look down upon this planet, Earth Gaia. We see all of our brothers and sisters. We see all life, all, in, above, below, on. This is a constant saturation and flooding of Source, that which created us. We are pure, deep, eternal love. When we aren't in relaxation or patience, we don't live with patience, we don't embrace patience, we become the opposite of what we truly are. We become cantankerous. We become hurried, rushed, stressed, filled with anxiety, filled with negativity. Conjuring and creating through the ego mind every ill frequency we possibly can. Vengeful, negativity, cynicism, and it affects everything we are. Can you imagine being deep eternal love, being made of deep eternal love, and having the God within you, and you form into this direction of low frequency, the low matter survival frequencies? And the only thing it does is decay you. And it will decay you when you are out of the body. And it will affect your God long after you've left the body. Because there is no escape. So we embrace the gods that we are. We embrace the relaxation that we are, and the patience that we are. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. knowing in the consciousness of embracing this understanding about ourselves is that we can choose to be in relaxation and in patience, or the alternative is a continual roller coaster ride of stress, anxiety, fear, a downward spiral in the frequency path into the more of the survival frequency matters. So you choose to be stressful and in a hurry and rushing and irritated about not getting when you want something when you want it. You have the choice. I would recommend the first, relaxation and patience. Take it with you for the rest of the day. Embrace it, understand it, know the difference. Into the evening and night following morning. We will have a TFCC tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. You can get the directions on the website, weareonelightforall.net, for all of the new people to be on the call. And we will be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, January 29th, 2020, Wednesday.